Title: Behind the Screen: The Unreported Security Risks of No-Code AI Applications in Enterprises. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: the unreported security risks of no-code AI applications in enterprises. As businesses race to embrace digital transformation, many are turning to no-code and low-code platforms. But what lies beneath this rush for speed and innovation? We'll explore the hidden vulnerabilities and risks, but also uncover the surprising advantages these platforms may offer. Let's start by understanding the context. No-code platforms aren't entirely new. In fact, they've been around since the 1990s, with tools like Microsoft Access and Lotus Notes allowing users to create custom workflows without needing deep programming knowledge. Fast forward to today, and we see a surge in these platforms, fueled by cloud technology and advanced AI. Companies now utilize tools like Microsoft Power Apps and OutSystems, which promise to democratize innovation across organizations. But here's where it gets interesting. The stakeholders involved in this ecosystem, enterprises, platform vendors, business users, cybersecurity teams, and compliance officers, each have different priorities. Business users want agility, developers are concerned about maintaining code quality, and security teams focus on compliance. These differing interests often clash, leading to narratives around risk and missed opportunities. Now let's explore the classic criticisms of no-code and AI application builders. The naysayers argue that with no line-by-line oversight, how can anyone trust the integrity of application logic? They also point to potential blind spots where non-technical users might introduce flaws or misconfigure data permissions. However, beneath this alarmist perspective, a more nuanced understanding emerges. The very constraints and auditing features of no-code platforms might actually enforce better practices, automatically and at scale, compared to traditional hand-coded projects. Moving on, let's look at some compelling evidence. Surprisingly, incidents related to no-code and AI applications have not led to the mass security breaches many critics predicted. For example, in 2022, a European healthcare provider faced a significant data leak due to a legacy portal that was custom-coded and lacking security oversight. Meanwhile, their no-code applications remained unaffected, thanks to robust API gateways and built-in authentication. And it doesn't stop there. A 2023 study by Sobers et al. Revealed that most vulnerabilities in 2 Fortune 500 companies were found outside their no-code services. Most issues stemmed from custom scripts and misconfigured storage, not from the AI-driven apps that were closely monitored. This brings us to a crucial point. The controlled environments of mature no-code platforms can actually be less risky than traditional, sprawling legacy systems. Let's consider some real-world examples. Take Eastern Regional Bank, for instance. After reassessing its application infrastructure post-SolarWinds attack, the bank found that its risk profile improved by adopting no-code tools. All user interactions were funneled through centrally logged APIs, making it easier to maintain security standards. Compare this to their previous custom applications, which often expose sensitive information due to poor coding practices. Another case is Global Logistics Corporation, which ran penetration tests on both a no-code AI-generated workflow and a manually coded equivalent. The custom code had 4 exploitable vulnerabilities, while the no-code solution only had 2, both of which were neutralized by the platform's built-in security features. Of course, skepticism surrounding no-code platforms isn't unfounded. Some vendors have faced significant breaches, often because of inadequate security measures. For instance, in 2020, an integration flaw in AppSheet exposed customer documents, but this was swiftly patched. Critics often warn of the monoculture risk, where relying too heavily on a single platform could lead to widespread vulnerabilities. But let's pivot back to the bigger picture. While it's true that some no-code platforms may not be secure, the fragmented and poorly maintained legacy codebases in many enterprises pose a far greater risk. The argument against no-code platforms often overlooks the potential for diversity in architectures, which can mitigate the dangers of relying on a single solution. As we look at the implications, it's clear that the shift toward no-code and AI applications has both short-term and long-term impacts on security. In the short term, these tools often enhance security through automation and standardization. Long-term, as these platforms evolve and add complexity, governance becomes increasingly important. Who configures and audits these systems will play a crucial role in determining their security. So, what steps should enterprises take? Instead of banning no-code platforms, security teams should focus on selecting mature providers, implementing strict access governance, and maintaining continuous monitoring of their applications. Regular audits should also extend to custom applications that may carry hidden risks. In conclusion, the narrative that no-code and AI-assembled enterprise apps are rife with unreported risks is challenged by empirical evidence. Most breaches are linked to poorly managed custom-coded applications, not the no-code platforms that are often criticized. What we've discovered today is that the maturity of these platforms, coupled with responsible implementation and oversight, can lead to a new baseline of security. So what does all this mean? The future isn't about blindly trusting platforms or clinging to outdated code. It's about vigilance, watching closely for risks that may not be immediately visible, while also embracing the opportunities that no-code and AI applications present. Thank you for joining me on this journey as we navigated the complex landscape of no-code AI applications and their security implications.